Hello there, it's Bobby from Ragged Poet and continuing with my March of the Pips video series. I think I left off at day 5, so I'm going to do day 6 to probably up to, if I can, up to now, which I think is 14. We'll see how the time goes. So I'm still really loving this. I found another couple of pip decks that I forgot about in my deck intro video, so I'll show you those. I've been using them, and I'm learning more about the pips, reading the pips, and I'm finding them that I can read them quite intuitively now. And some of the readings I've done are quite pithy and short. Some are humorous, and I kind of like it. It's like, I don't know. I didn't know, my intuition seems to kind of take over the cards a lot more than I thought it would with the pip decks. So I'm really glad we're doing this. So day 6, the keyword was harmony. And I got the Valet de Coupe, which is the Page of Cups. This is the Piatnik Wien or Pointer Tarot. And the 10 of Cups. Now, this is the 3rd time I've got the Page of Cups so far, which is kind of crazy. And like like this like learning person. I see pages as learning, and the Page of Cups, learning about emotions and relationships, and that's such a strong point in my life at the moment. And when I think where I've come from this time last year, with family and partnerships and stuff, it's been a huge thing. So I'm not surprised that he keeps coming up. And then the 10 of Cups, which was perfect because I had Blue here and my family all around, my daughter and her boyfriend, and it was all the last couple of weeks the house has been, kind of very much 10 of Cupsy. So there was harmony. This learning created this willing to learn and accept things, created this awesome, harmonious situation, and my life felt in balance and very harmonious. So that was day 6. So I'll just swap those out. And day 7 was new growth. And this is the Tarot Noir by Tish Hollister, which is a beautiful deck. And I got the Queen of the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the 7 of Cups. And this was one, I looked at this and I thought immediately, don't let intellect stop you from going after your dreams. Just don't let too much thought and too much down to earthness and too much of this clarity and things stop you dreaming. I think I lived quite a lot that dreams couldn't come true and dreams don't come true, but they have been coming true for me lately. So short and sweet message. Yeah, sometimes this is, I like this card. Apparently traditionally in the Marseille tarot, the 7 of Cups had a keyword which was fairy favours. And I definitely think there's time in my life for a few fairy favours. So we're going for that one. So that was, by the way, that keywords for that were new growth. So day 8 of March of the Pips was structure was the keyword. And I drew the Ace of Cups, the World, the King of Cups, and the Hanged Man. This is the Tarot Noir by Tish Hollister, and it is long out of print, but it's a beautiful deck. And looking at this and looking at my life, I saw the King of Cups as, well, it could be a part of me or it could be my partner, creating this wonderful, like, loving world that's overflowing with good things that I can't quite believe in. And this whole sort of solidity and this good structure and me being able to believe in it, actually believe in it, came about, I think, because I started to look at things from a different perspective. A few months ago, I changed my perspective, I changed my viewpoint, I became less, not self-preserving, more, like taking more risks with my emotions and things, and trusting in my intuition more, and starting to feel that, I was worth more. I did deserve a good partner, a good relationship. Whereas before I've always been like the opposite, really kind of lowly. I don't deserve this, I don't deserve that, and you end up attracting not very good people and things. So, and I also took a lot of time out from relationships. So I mean, all these readings seem to be about relationships, which are the hugest thing in my life at the moment, because there's so many cups coming out and emotions. And I think all this time out has helped to build this structure. The fact that I was staying single deliberately for about 4 years and did a lot of thinking and everything. So that again, the cards do it again. So that was structure, and that was day 8. So day 9 of March of the Pips was about changes. You got the stability of the 8, and then the change of another bit more growth of the 9. And when I saw these cards, I thought, oh wow, what more card? Look at them. All you need is a tower, and you've got all the change cards, like the new beginning from the end, the Hanged Man of change of perspective, and the Death card of things ending and new things coming up. So all the things that have happened so far have been happening so lightning fast. I mean, I have had a really new beginning. They're very retrospective, all the readings I've been getting, I think. I had this whole new beginning, an end of my old ways and a new beginning, taking the time out. And once I decided to change my viewpoint again, as it said last time, once I decided to change that, everything happened really, really fast. It really came into effect quite fast. The change in my life has been quite amazing, really. I remember a few years ago I had a reading, not a tarot reading, but a kind of spirit guide reading from a lady, and she told me, and she gave me some bodywork, some Reiki and stuff, and she felt the energy at the top of my back, and she jumped back, and oh wow. And she was had this huge kind of tears in her eyes and an amazing big smile on her face, and she said, when you come into your light and power, it's going to be freaking amazing. And I can feel that coming. It's been coming for a while, but I can really feel it coming now. So the changes, as you can see, all these change cards, being this new person, this different perspective, not being afraid, taking new risks, all this made amazing changes come about. So that was day 9, and so Friday the 10th of March we had day 10, and I changed decks. So that was the Tarot Noir, and then I went on to the amazing one which I didn't show in my intro video, which was the Royal Mischief playing cards by my dear beloved Deviant Moon Man, Mr. Balloon Boy himself, Patrick Valenza. And they're very nice, and they're very old-fashioned in that they have no numbers, just pips, true pips. And the word was completion for day 10. And so what did I get? I got the 9 of diamonds, or pentacles, coins, the 9 of hearts, or cups, more cups, and the 10 of hearts, or cups. Now, look at it. Completion or what? So that one, I had this bottle of wine, which I was struggling through because it was Savy Blanc, which I normally like, and it's supposed to be quite dry, but this was sweet. My boyfriend bought me it, and so I was struggling through it. And I had blue here, and we were all, having a jolly old time. And I finished the wine. I endured, a bit of pain and stuff. For the 9s, I think 9s feel to me like endurance before you get to the end, and that final kind of transition period before the baby's born, which I have been through 4 times, so I do know a lot about it. So I endured that bottle of wine, and then it was kind of, all happy families and 10 of cups and very completion stuff. So yeah, that was a good one again. Completion. So on 11 we had the 2 of coins, the Jack of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. Another Ace of Wands has come up again. So I'll just put those away. So there you are, 2 of coins, Jack of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. So I like this Jack. I like how he's kind of got half a leg missing, but he's got little wings. I mean, I do love Patrick Valenza's art, and it only really shows up in the court cards. in this deck. But it's kind of like he's confronting the devil in himself and confronting his shadow side. And the key word actually was, I think that day, was shadow. Yeah, day 11 was shadow. So I said that my shadow was a lack of self-belief, which I'm trying to cure, and an inability to make decisions, and also taking on too much, like, you know, the juggler trying to juggle too many things at once. But I think I do that to procrastinate, so I don't have to make decisions and don't have to make changes. Certainly done that a lot in my life. And this lack of being able to make a decision and procrastinating is the thing that prevents me from moving forward. That is a shadow thing. And the other thing is this dude here. He's kind of because pages and jacks are about feeling not necessarily very able, a bit inconfident, like a bit raw around the edges. This is how I see myself, I think, as this inconfident person who's not very able and everything, when I'm actually not like that, and that also stops me moving forward. So I think this was quite an insightful draw, actually, because this would be the Ace of Wands again, about moving forward, and these are the things that shadow that stop it. So again, the cards have been very insightful. So day 12, the keyword was boundaries, and I drew the Ace of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Two of Cups from the Holly Simple Tarot, which again, I didn't show this one. I've done a review of it on my channel, but I didn't show it in my pip decks, because it wasn't until I was playing with it the other day that I realised it really is. It's pretty much a pip deck, and I love the backs. Look at them. But oh, this cardstock is just beautiful. This and the Royal Mischief are stunning to shuffle. So boundaries. To me, this reads as that I'm getting way better and more in control, moving ahead in creating boundaries with my nearest and dearest, like friends, partnerships, which is where we all need our boundaries the most, I think. We really let ourselves down with our guard down with those who are closest to us. And it's good, but sometimes you can't afford to let it down too far, because that is when you end up getting hurt and confused and things kind of go to pot. Just trying to move them a bit because there's shadows coming in. So that was day 12, did I say? I think so. Day 13 was wit. And I drew this card and I laughed and I laughed and I laughed. I did a 1-card draw for that, and it's the Magician, again from the Holly Simple Tarot. And when I look at this card and think about it, my wit has saved me many times, and it has been a kind of magic. And when I've been down, I've used my wit to transform my mood and manifest a better state of being for myself. And it usually works. So that really did crack me up, that card. So that was, again, very cool. Okay, I had to change where I was on the table because the light was making it so shadowy it was hard to see the cards. But day 14, I think we're on, the keyword is crossroads, and I drew the Star, the Hermit, the Ace of Wands, and I think that's the 3rd time that Ace of Wands has come up this month, and the High Priestess. So when I first saw these cards, like especially 3 majors, I thought, oh, these are all kind of big things, and I think they were like facets of my personality, especially the Hermit and the High Priestess. But they're also like big, strong paths in my life, and I feel like I'm sort of moving away from this one and towards this High Priestess path, which is me coming into my power. And the light of the Star is shining on it and guiding the way, and the Ace of Wands is also, the energy of that is pushing me forward and showing me that I'm actually on the right path. So it says crossroads, but it's kind of, actually, I kind of know where I'm going. This is where I've been, and I'm not saying I won't go back there. I mean, we can always go back. a bit, but these two show me that I'm heading in the right direction. I'm taking this light's guiding me, and I'm going that way. So that came out really well. So that's day 14, and I haven't looked at day 15 yet, so I might have a quick look at that one here and do another one maybe with the Royal Mischief cards. So for day 15, keyword is responsibility, and I'm going to do this draw here and now, live on air. It's March of the Pips, day 15. Is it the Ides? No, the Ides of March is the 12th, isn't it? 12th or 13th of March. Beware the Ides of March. Okay. That'll do. Can't be doing all shuffling. Okay, so responsibility. So I haven't even decided how many cards I'm going to draw for any of these in advance. The cards just come out and then I stop when I think it's ready to stop. So let's have a look. I haven't had any fallers, so we've got 3 of wands or 3 of clubs, and the 4 of pentacles. Okay, so does that mean my finances are going to become more stable? Well, I hope so, because it would be very nice. The 3s are about growth. And this 4 of Pentacles is like the stability thing, and it's about money. So all I can really say for that is, you know, hopefully my finances are going to become more stable. But I'm going to see what Ben-Dov has to say about the 3 of wands, because I said I'm not familiar with the pip method of reading the cards, only really the other one I'm still learning. Yep, so direction, moving forward after a moment of hesitation, finding a middle path between 2 courses of action, gaining an advantage by keeping neutrality between 2 conflicting sides. Well, that could be me and the bank manager. But I kind of like that. So maybe I should draw another card and see how I'm going to go ahead and get this more stable financial position. So come on, cards, give it to me. And we've got the 5 of swords. I'm going to have to fight bloody hard for it by the looks of it. Do battle with somebody. Again, I'll see what he has to say. Where's swords? Breakthrough. A forward thrust to overcoming the existing limits, keeping up spirits in a tight situation, doing things one's own way. That is so awesome. I love this book. So way better than I thought. So it's quite different. So yeah, breakthrough. I'm going to be doing it, getting there. Maybe doing my business thing, because I've been for job interview after job interview, and it's useless here. You don't get a chance, you really don't. I'm quite happy with day 15's reading. So my next video is going to be about little forthcoming, these little treasures that arrived. I backed them, pre-ordered it, quite a long time ago now. I know what they are, but I'm not going to tell you. Some of you won't be able to guess. So look out for the unveiling. And I think one of them actually might be kind of more or less a pip deck too. And I'm ready for a new one now, because I've done 3. I've used 4 decks so far and done 3 draws of each. So there we go. I'll leave you with that, and I'll see you in my next video. Again, thank you for watching, and enjoy your morning, evening, afternoon, or dreams. Bye.